Good morning and welcome to my cozy kitchen. I'm Sarah and today is day number 37 of 64 holiday recipes. And today I have a really special one. I love this recipe. So this is a chocolate ginger cookie. This one is really, really good at the holidays. And because it's got the chocolate in it, it gives it that extra little kick. And I also am going to dip half of this cookie in like a chocolate mixture just to give it a little pizzazz for your cookie tray. So this one does take a little bit more ingredients than the last 3 recipes I've posted. I posted an easy simple fudge, butter pecan sugar cookies, which by the way my husband gave a 10 out of a 10. And the last one I did was like the caramel or the Chex clusters, which have been a top recipe. So if you're curious about those, check my videos in my channel. And check my baking cereals. You'll really like that. Okay, so this one I recommend a stand mixer, and you need to give yourself a little bit of time because this dough has to chill for about an hour in the refrigerator before you cook them, an hour to 2 hours, so that all the flavors can come together. It makes it for a much better cookie. So just give yourself a little bit of extra time, which works well for me. I mix it up right now. I move on to my next recipe, work on that one, and then go back and cook that one. The next recipe I'm making are Queen Anne lace cookies. They're the really super thin ones. They're actually probably can't even call them a cookie. It's more like a candy. So you might want to check that one out too. So we're doing a couple recipes today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I just need to move that. All right, and I'm at an angle today because I'm using my recipe or my big mixer. Okay, so let's start out. I'm going to do the wet ingredients first. Okay, so we need a 3/4 cup of butter. So I already have that room temperature melted. It's warm because I had it on the oven. And actually I need to make a supply run today because I am really going through the butter this month. Okay, so I got that. We're going to cream the butter and the sugars together. So 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar. Make sure you're using dark brown in this recipe. So dark brown has more of a molasses flavor in it. So we'll go ahead and add that. So I do recommend dark for this recipe. That's actually on my supply run too later today. Okay, so we got the flour and the sugar. Okay, I need to there's a lot of stuff in this recipe, so I have to make sure I'm following my directions here. And 1 egg. So we're going to cream this together before we add the dry ingredients. Go grab a washcloth while that's going. Oh, you get to see one of my black labs today in the video. Sammy's hanging out in the living. It's 50-mile-an-hour winds today outside, ground blizzard, so I'll be lucky if I do make it to the store today. December, you just never know what you're going to get where we're at in northern Minnesota. It's quite an interesting place to live. I have 2 channels. So I have this channel, which is my baking, but then I have, okay, so I'm going to add 2 cups of flour. I have another channel that has all my dogs in like my Amazon reviews and stuff like that. It's more of an outdoor channel. Does not go with this channel at all. But anyway, on that channel, there's a lot of the dog stuff goes on there. But occasionally we sprinkle in a little bit of dogs. But she's probably waiting for me to get all my outdoor gear on. Don't really feel like doing that today. Okay. 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. I'm using Hershey's. You can use the generic one too. I use a lot of them from Aldi's, but I happen to have this one. So we need a 1/4 cup of that. That makes the chocolatey part. Okay, I'm going to just mix that just a little bit before I add a lot. Now requires some seasonings in here. Okay, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda. We're just using generic baking soda. Okay, 2 teaspoons of, okay, now we're gonna get into all of our spices. It's quite a few different spices. Okay, ginger. These are ginger cookies. So 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Okay. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Oh, that's cloves. We don't want that one yet. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of the. Okay, so we got that in. Okay, then we're gonna go to nutmeg. So just a little bit of nutmeg, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Oh, she's rolling back there. And 1/4 a teaspoon of ground cloves. Okay, so now the next thing, molasses. I think I forgot the vanilla. Yep, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Sorry about that. Knew I was forgetting something. I went out of order. Okay, molasses. So in this recipe, you need to use the dark molasses. I use full flavor. I use this brand. Oh, and it always is sticky. There we go. Okay, and you want to use the dark full flavor molasses in this particular recipe, and we need 1/3 cup. So I'm just going to lift that up. Need to add this to my list also. I'm probably going to be at the end. Okay, so now I get to show you my handy dandy jar scraper. Yep, so I have exactly 1/3 cup. And I'm going to scrape the rest out. Okay, so my favorite cooking tool is right here. So this is my jar scraper. I got it off of Amazon. And it's my number one. I'm going to put the rest of this in here because I'm at the very end. This is my number one stocking stuffer that people have bought in the last month because this thing's amazing. It gets into the bottom of these jars like this. And then, so you use up every little bit. And then it also works really well for scraping the insides of these out and sticky things like that. And it also works good on the inside of these big mixers so you don't get anything on your hands. Anyway, $10 at Amazon. I'll link it in my recipe post, but I think when I go back and check my analytics on my Amazon associates, I am an affiliate for Amazon because in order to pay for all of this food, I do have to make these recipes. I do have to make a little bit of money. So hey Sammy, you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi in the video? Say hi. She's got a Christmas collar on. It's like snowman. I do have to just link the products that I use. I'm not like into fashion or anything. It's almost all home and outdoor things. But I don't like push anybody to buy anything. But if you're interested in anything, it does cost a lot of money to make all these recipes. So we try to make a little bit of it back. Okay, so I'm going to scrape that off like that. Now this is a pretty sticky dough. And one of the reasons why we need to put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. I should probably get a glass bowl like that, but oops. So that's what the cookies look like on the inside. Okay, so they're extremely sticky. So that's one of the reasons I'm putting it in the refrigerator. And then I'm going to use regular sugar, and we are going to scoop them out and roll them in sugar before they are baked. So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator right now for about an hour. to an hour and a half, and then we are going to come back and bake them, and I will show you the finished product. I think you're absolutely going to love these. Okay, next step in our chocolate gingerbread cookies is to take it out of the fridge after it's cooled, and we're going to use our small cookie scoop. And I took a 1/3 cup of sugar, put it in a bowl, because these actually get rolled. And so you can see why we had to cool these, because it makes it much easier to scoop them. So I am going to do 1 tray. So I use a flat bottomed bowl. I find it's a lot easier for cookies that need to be coated in sugar than like a cereal bowl. Like that. So we're going to roll them in sugar really good. Make sure they're nice, uniform size. I should be able to get 12 on this pan. All right. I can just smell the molasses in these. Oh my. I love this time of the year. And I was hoping to go get my supplies today, but we have this wonderful blizzard snowstorm that came out of nowhere, 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I have to like warm up my vehicle, and then I have to go into the store and either leave it running or warm it up again when it gets this cold. So much work to go to the grocery store. Okay, so I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'll do 3 more. I'll give these some space. However, they shouldn't spread out much. I was working on my baking schedule for the next couple weeks and realized that, God, in a couple weeks I'm going to have to switch to like wintry recipes. Whoa, where's the time going? We do a lot of oven recipes all the way till about March. April even. We're usually covered in snow and cold until at least the middle of April. Okay, so I'm going to bake these in the oven, 350 degrees, 12 minutes, and I'm going to show you exactly what they look like when they come out of the oven. Okay, as promised, right out of the oven, these are our chocolate ginger cookies. Now, they're probably too hot to take off of here. Yep, too hot to take off. But these are absolutely amazing. Look at how perfectly round they are. And with that little bit of sugar topping, these are a hit at Christmas time. Okay, so now we have our chocolate ginger cookies all done and cooled, and I got distracted and with other things, so I had to come back to this. But now we're going to frost them. So I bought the good chocolate for this because sometimes when you're doing these cookies, the sweetened condensed, or not sweetened condensed, the chocolate chips have leveling in them, so they don't stick as well. So I'm going to try these Ghirardelli, and who doesn't like Ghirardelli chocolate? So these are the melting wafers, and we're only going to dip half of the cookie in. So I'm going to use my just 1 cup Pyrex. So I'm going to open these up. They're just chips like this, and I'm going to put some in like that. These are the milk chocolate ones. They're the best. And then I'm going to put these in the microwave for probably 30 seconds. When you're melting chocolate, you want to make sure that everything is completely dry. So and it's super dark out, so that's why I've got weird lighting today. But my spoon that I'm going to stir it with is extremely dry in the Pyrex container because you don't want any water droplets in it. These cookies turned out so good. Look at them. They're just absolutely perfect. Nice and soft. You're going to love these. Okay, we're going to melt. Nope. We need another 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna half dip these, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some pecans on a few of them. You do not have to use the pecans. Let me grab those. Just because we love pecans around here. Okay, so it's melted now, so we're gonna just, ooh, it's like almost there. And you'll want to probably use at least a half a cup to a cup of these. I'm just doing this as a demo, so I can show you what this looks like. Okay, so we want to make sure all the chunks are out of it. Okay, so then we're going to take our cookie and we're going to dunk it in halfway like that. So it's half dunked, and then we're just going to set it on a plate or parchment paper to dry. So we're half dunking them. These look really beautiful on cookie trays. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do 5 of them, and I'm gonna put sprinkles on a couple. This stuff melts so well. And I'll do one more. I'll move my spoon so you can see what these look like. Okay, so variations. I'm gonna put some chopped pecans on a couple. And then I'm gonna grab my super fun sprinkles. We're gonna do a variety. I'm gonna do some green sprinkles on one. And then we'll do red on another. So you can do it like any variety of, oops. We'll add red to a couple. We'll do red and green in one because I had too many reds. Then let's do Christmas sprinkles. I always put them in my hand first because I don't know how fast they're gonna come out. Perfect. So look at all the different ways that you can do this. You can add pecans, Christmas sprinkles, the red sprinkles. You get that one up, like that. So anyway, that is the chocolate ginger cookies. They are absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna take a bite. Those are good. Highly, highly recommended. You're gonna love these. So, I need milk, but I highly recommend these cookies. You're gonna love them. Thanks for tuning in.